Hello, I'm Atch, and I'm here with the Yamaha Montage, and I'm going to be doing a series of tutorials on how to program this thing. Just some basic kind of knowledge to give you direction with your creative ideas. Up here on the screen, I have kind of basically a blown up version of the screen that I'm looking at down here. It's not the greatest recording in the world, but it'll work for this demonstration. Right now, whenever you turn on your montage, this is the screen that you're going to be looking at, and you can change that in your settings, but I'm assuming that we all got them brand new in the box, and this is how they're set up when they come from the factory. So the hierarchy of the Yamaha Montage, from the top to the bottom is your live set, and then it's performance, and then part, and then element. Okay, element is like, just think of an element as an oscillator on an analog synthesizer, because that's the domain that I'm familiar with, so I can explain it a little bit better in those terms. If you're using AWM2 parts, the elements are essentially samples that you can put into each one of the 8 slots, and if you're making an FMX part, the elements in that regard are operators. So where we're at now is the live set, and I want to get an initialized kind of performance setup where I can start loading parts and creating my sound. So right now I have it on one of their factory sounds here. It's called Pearly Gates. It sounds like this. So if you'll notice up here at the top, there's a little icon that has these little squares, and that brings you to your live set. The home button brings you to basically the performance page, where you can, for the overall performance, you can adjust motion control settings, mixer settings, scene sections. There's a lot of different things that you can do from just kind of the overarching. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to start with an initialized patch. So from your live set, hit category search, and then you'll notice that another screen comes up that has like performance category search, and there's a category over to the right that says INIT. Well, when you hit that button, it brings you up to INIT normal AWM2, INIT normal FMX, drum, and then a multi-global mode. So for this demonstration and the tutorials that are going to follow this one, we're going to be doing an AWM2 patch. Well, I'm used to calling them patches, but they're called parts now. So once I have the box around the AWM2, I'll go ahead and hit this little arrow. Basically what this is your back arrow. It's right next to the little picture of a house. So hit that. And now what we're looking at is a screen that says INIT normal AWM2, and then it has a channel lane here for your patch, which it says name, and right now it's just an initialized AWM2 patch. Your arpeggiator settings are underneath. Your keyboard control you can bring up. It shows your range, which is basically from the bottom of the keyboard to the top, and then you can isolate any section that you want to assign specific parts to. Mute, which, let's take the solo off. You're not going to hear it, and then mute, you do hear it, and what you're hearing is basically the initialized, I guess it's like a global piano or whatever their normal piano sound is. And then in the channel lane you can highlight this little mixer bar here, and you control the volume of each individual part using your rotary dial there next to it. So that's how you start with an initialized patch. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to be talking about how to kind of shape the sound a bit, and we're going to go from there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.